Good morning. Welcome to Community Voice. I'm your host, Keith Parris. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Good morning, DJ Debo.
Good morning.
Jermaine, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody this morning?
We are good, my brother.
Let me do. Can I do a cleanup on aisle 6? Yeah, I can do it because you know why?
It's your show.
It's my program.
No,
Absolutely.
no, that ain't why.
Oh, that ain't one.
Cause you better clean up. Yeah, you better clean up what you spilled.
You say because you need to.
Pick up your mess.
What you talking about?
Pick up after yourself.
Okay, man. Is there anything particular that you talking about?
No, that's just regular rules.
It sound like
Why
a
you
good
personal?
here.
Yeah, that's just regular rules. You lead the table. You, hey, man.
Come here on
Take
a
that to the
Friday,
trash.
man, and just trying to be all peaceable.
He talking about
and-
Kenna. No,
And
you better do it.
I'm being
Yeah, and let me apologize. I
oh boy.
kind of alluded to
He said, oh boy.
the fact that his name came up in the previous
That's not what I was
show.
doing the cleanup, but okay.
Oh, no, I just thought you were already kind of like on the edge, and then DJ is kind of antagonizing you over there.
Brush the dirt off your shoulders, huh?
Come on, man.
What happened?
Why are you
what
being
happened in the
antagonistic,
previous
though?
program?
Let me
Don't
do
go
let
down
me
the rabbit hole. with it.
yeah, let me do
Don't
my cleanup.
Don't.
Boy, distractions. Distractions.
Weapons of mass distraction.
Yes, sir. Man, I'm just trying to, have a conversation, enlighten the community, uplift the community, right? And then what do I get? Yesterday, I threw it out because I just knew that, some folks gonna get mad. But was I being purposely provocative? Yes. So can I get a little bit more?
Yep.
So yesterday I asked, was Jesus's government name Jesus Christ?
Oh, yeah.
And that was amazed because though people didn't call in, I know a lot of people were going like, yeah, his name is Jesus Christ.
No.
No. So his name actually was Yeshua. You were here when Craig Stingley calls in when he refers to Jesus as Yeshua. It was a common first century name. Derived from Hebrew, it means Yahweh is salvation. It is shortened form Yehoshua or Joshua, and was likely the name used during his life, eventually evolving into Yeshua in Greek, Jesus in Latin, and finally Jesus in English. So Jesus is the anglicized name of Jesus then. So just so people will know, that was a common name. Judas was a common name,
Calm down.
So
You already getting excited. You see?
Hey, man.
So what was the last name again? What was the last name?
it would either be
Son of
Bar
Joseph,
Joseph, right,
Yeah.
or Ben Joseph. It would be, because you would take on your family name. And yesterday, Rideout pointed something out, that the fact that it said Jesus of Nazareth, which would then differentiate him from the other Jesuses, right? Like Paul of Tarsus, Saul of Tarsus,
Exactly.
would differentiate because Saul was
Or like Jermaine off of 18th Street.
right,
Exactly. Right.
right. You
Debo
got
off of Second and North. Yeah. Third and Taliban. That Debo.
Keith from Fifth and Green Bay.
Right.
As long as you ain't
But you know
off
what? On
27th in Lisbon.
When I was on
35th in Lisbon.
35th. Hey.
35th.
No.
Hey.
I be seeing DJ around 33rd in Lisbon. somewhere.
Trey 5.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Hey, I only giving out green Bibles.
and
That's all I'm doing.
Oh, well, my boy got caught up allegedly out giving out Bibles on Lisbon. He wasn't giving out no Bibles. Talking about he was out there prayer meeting on Lisbon on the stroll. No,
Said he giving out green Bible.
giving out green Bibles.
All right.
Oh, all right. Remember that when you get caught up by Vice Squad. I was giving out Bibles.
The word.
Spread the word.
Okay, the word.
Over the land.
Can you say prostitution? All right, the word.
Speaking of prostitution, you heard about that coach?
I saw it came up in my news feed, but I didn't really want to go into it. I didn't open it.
I opened it. He got snitched on by a former player.
Yep.
And it was for me, Twitter is news. And now Twitter ain't like how it used to be back in the day, because now it's a lot of fake stuff
Mhm.
on Twitter too. So you gotta like differentiate. But Jamel Hill is the reason why I even know about it, because she came up on my time feed and said, "Excuse me, what?" So I didn't even know what moonlighting meant.
So what?
No, so I had to look up moonlighting,
Yeah.
and then once I found out what moonlighting was, all you could hear me in my office just cracking up, just cracking up.
So obviously his salary at the University of California, Bakersfield was not sufficient enough that he'd have to moonlight and take a second job.
That part.
Pimpin'.
Ain't easy.
Pimping ain't easy.
They say across multiple states.
Somebody
Wow. Well, okay. All right.
Somebody got to do it.
But what is y'all vetting?
Well, I mean, if you don't,
process.
well, part of it, because it's illegal, usually people are a little bit clandestine.
He wouldn't have got caught if nobody snitched on him.
Okay, but
And from
Point.
the inside.
point. That's my point. Haters, man. You know, a lot of people selling drugs.
He must
it wasn't great DEA work. It was somebody snitching.
Somebody told you.
Yep. Yep.
He must didn't cut somebody in on it.
Well, whatever the motivations, he won't be coaching at the University of California, Bakersfield.
No, he got fired and a number of other people got fired.
Wow. Well, should prostitution be legal? It is in Nevada.
Yeah, I think it should be legal. Why is it illegal?
Or two reasons. Obviously the moral piece, but it was also to prevent the spread of
We can't go with the moral stuff. You know how much
It's
stuff is
also-
legal that's morally
but it was also
wrong.
the prevention of spreading venereal diseases. So,
that's what they told you.
well, yeah, I mean, it was a public health.
I don't believe that. That's a crazy. That's crazy.
Public health.
No,
That's
Spread
what
diseases.
makes Nevada, because Nevada regulates it. That means that women have to, and men, I'm assuming, would have to be regularly checked. I'm sure
it
that
should
they
be illegal to
require
not wash
condom.
your hands. Then that spreads diseases too. I don't hear no state talking about that.
Okay, all right. It's the rain today, right?
No, I'm just saying
I mean,
that
it's the
explanation
rain.
that you gave was kind of crazy.
I was
to
talking
me.
about you yesterday. I
Really?
said that because I was talking to someone kind of in my age demographic. I said, but I work with the oldest 33-year-old in America. I always ask him, what day does his Social Security check come? Because you just an old man. God, man. Whoa. Anyway, but well, they regulate it in Nevada. And part of that is for the health reasons, right? I mean, that idea of spreading of venereal diseases.
Again, I just can't believe that, man. But we do got to call it. We clearly not about to be on prostitution all day.
You brought it up. Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning. You on the air.
Good morning. How y'all doing today?
All right,
All
yourself.
right. It's a beautiful, black, wonderful day today, ain't it? It's raining. Everything is clean. Everything is nourished.
Mhm.
How y'all beautiful people's souls doing today? Ugly ones too. Hey, I got a question since y'all was talking about something today that I was thinking about since last Thursday. Okay. You were saying about the name and who is known by their name and how it's spoken. And then who knows who by their name. And then I've had a subject with this pertaining to you, Mr. Parris. What's up? And then on your old job, I'm switching over in another lane. In your old job, that you dealt with child support or whatever like that,
Mhm.
correct me or help me out. Right? When you fought for the child and you found a father, why is it that the child did not have the father's last name? Why wasn't that a rule in that if you were charged in proving that man is the father, then that child should have his last name, correct?
No, well, you can give a child any last name.
No, I'm saying if you proven that this man's child and in the marriage or whatever, when you have a child, that child carries your last name.
Right.
Usually the man.
But you will find
The
out, and
father.
that's why you see people with hyphenated names. The father can.
Well, we ain't talking about the hyphenate, man.
Hold on, man. You asked me a question. Can I answer the question?
You right, but you ain't answering it.
I am answering the question. If you just
go
hold
ahead,
on,
man. I'll go around the block with
I'll
you.
like do that. Anyway, so you see
Do
more
that.
and more,
Okay, man.
more and more people. You see with hyphenated names. My understanding is you can petition to have your name added to the birth certificate, right? Because when that yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Okay, because you always
so
ask the question, then you answer with a right.
Once you are declared the legal father, you can make a request.
When you are found a father, right?
You can make the request because there's a whole lot of people, even before the father was adjudicated, gave the kid the last name of the dad. It's whatever you put on the birth certificate, right?
But those were false too when they weren't the father.
Right. Well, that's a different piece.
Well, you dealt in that. You know that what I'm speaking is the truth.
Right. But I'm saying that it is whatever name that whomever fills out that birth record in the hospital, making a request to send that information to data. You can put whatever name on there you want to put on there. But once I'm a legal father, I have the right to say, I want to give my kid this name. And that's why you're seeing more and more hyphenated names now, or people with two last names, because they have both the mom's name and the dad's name. Right. So but you can always make that request.
That you answer that, let me finish. Now that you answer that, I'm going to go a long way with you. Now, the other point that I was trying to say is that now when it comes to documentation, health, and everything like that, and then when I see now and they filling out papers that they're doing, they're asking the mother's maiden name as an important thing. And it's usually always going down the structure of the father. So now what I'm saying is, if you prove that he's the father, then he should have that person's last name, not the mother's name, correct?
No, he should have both names. They're both co-parents.
What?
Yeah, they're both co-parents.
So, man, in a marriage, you got the mother's name. You don't have the father's name, huh? Well, I don't understand. You're not a father. You don't understand that. You won't fight for that.
When you fill
I'm trying to ask you something, man. Now the other
fill out a marriage license.
Okay, man, I'm done. I got you.
When you fill out a marriage license, for
Hold
example.
on, I got one more question, man. Man, I heard you. I got you. Okay, now the other one was, what is, when the Lord said his name to, what did he say his name was? Because it wasn't in the English. It was in the original language. So in the original language, what is his name? He told us what to call it. And I want to know, because everybody's still saying God, Jesus, the Lord. That is not his name. I want to know, can somebody tell me what is his name that he told us to call it? Thank you.
I am. But Yahweh and Jehovah are abbreviations. Orthodox practicing Jews will not use the word God because it goes back to thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain. And so you go. So if you look at especially those who might be progressive Jews.
So repeat that again. Repeat that again.
Repeat what?
How you was explaining that, you shouldn't take the Lord's name, or what were the names so that you wouldn't use his name in vain?
It's part of the 10 Commandments.
Mm-hmm.
And so thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And so then Yahweh, Jehovah were really abbreviations. They were symbols, but they weren't going to say God. And even now in the English, when you see someone who might be considered a progressive Jew, they will write G/D. Right.
Yeah.
So,
I have saw that.
Right. So all it's saying is, and really,
what does that mean though?
They're just not using the O to say God.
Right. They still spelling God. They just spell it.
So if you just say God or write it, that's using his name in vain?
Well, no, for them and how they think.
They hallow God. It's reverence and hallow God. Like even hallowed be thy name.
Yeah.
Right. But you don't hear name.
Right.
So even in the model prayer, Jesus says, hallowed be thy name. That is that you're out, you're giving praise, honor to the creator.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But they have a thing about you're not supposed to use it. So we use God to talk about the creator, right? You will see Jehovah, you see Yahweh, but they are abbreviations and using as representations of God, but not God's name. And really, when he said "I am," it was when he was having issues. Moses was having issues in the wilderness, and people wanted to know God. You know, because all the other folks, God's had names, right? Yeah. And so he says, just tell them that I am that I am.
That's right.
Right. So that's really getting into Jewish history and Jewish culture. Caller, welcome to the program.
Yeah.
Good morning. You're on air.
Clark Kent.
Is this Clark?
Superman.
What's happening, man?
Oh, man.
You still got some coins in your pocket.
hey, I just started yet.
Yeah, well, wait a minute. Tell me, you will literally lose your draw.
So the question I
have
have
on that blackjack table,
have you found your draw?
I ain't did no gambling. Hey, y'all, check this out. So, you know, I just left Arizona, right?
Right.
Uh-huh.
So, my niece stayed 2 blocks from 27th Street. And they 27th Street is way better than up to 10th Street.
You having a good
You
time,
get a
man?
variety fee.
You having a good time?
You get a variety fee.
You having a good time?
Oh, yeah, I'm having a good time. I just got to Vegas now.
Okay, like I said, come back with your draws.
Right. But like Martin.
Right. You know, they do call it lost wages for a reason, right?
Martin be like, hey, can I follow you?
Right, man. You went there fully dressed. When you came back, it's like, but man, we miss you, bro.
All right, well, I'll be back Monday.
All right.
Bring your
Hey,
drawers
y'all
back when
good,
you
man.
come back, too, man.
All right, good hearing from you.
I said bring your drawers back when you come back.
All right.
All right, Mike. Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning. You're
Good
on air.
morning.
Good morning.
I was just noticing how you handle that last caller who wouldn't let you finish the answer before he's asking the question and condemning you for not answering the question.
Yeah.
That happens a whole lot in life.
Yeah, I can't win for
That's
losing.
really a Republican strategy.
Right. That's a good observation. And congratulations.
But look, Reverend Doctor, I'm sorry. I still want to tell you again and your cohorts, do not let people like your favorite cousin, Blue or whatever, don't let them take you into these circular arguments for too long, because you cutting a lot of people out. They can't get in because you're going in that circle with them. And again, never force logic and common sense where it does not fit. And y'all have a good one.
Right. Yeah, Dr. Ward makes a great point, because sometimes you're just talking to the wall.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, you talking and people have already made up their minds.
Right. So why are we even having this conversation?
But you can always look it up. I mean, you know, that and look, and you got a computer in your hand right now.
Mm-hmm.
But see, we won't look it up, because if we look it up, then we're gonna know differently. And then that pushes up against everything that we operate with.
Well,
So,
you know, I feel that I'm right. And so I gotta let you know that I'm right. And if you don't say that I'm right, I gotta tell you again that I'm right. That's what that is.
you think it's important to human beings that they're right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because what's the point of a debate?
People would break their neck to prove it.
You know, a debate is just to prove, it's just a discussion to prove that you're right.
Yeah, all the time.
You know, or you would just have a simple discussion, you know, where it wouldn't, you know, a debate and discussion is two different things, but a debate, you like trying to lay an argument for something.
Yeah, let me say this to folks out there. Everybody's smarter than me. Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning, you on there?
Yeah.
Morning.
I think it dropped. I think the call dropped.
Well.
Yeah, the call dropped.
Yeah, because I know, and this is something I learned early on about me. Sound like you're right.
Say sound like
Sound like you right. You can be wrong. It's two left shoes, but sound like you're right. I mean that's the trick of the trade. Sound like, because then people back, well, it sound like it's right. Man, that dude is wrong. It's two left shoes. What? But I don't gauge your intellect. Like with me, I am not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Okay,
but
I am.
There's some people that spoons. So long.
So you just had a write out moment.
No, I'm saying what I'm saying is
maybe
a knife.
Describing everything in the drawer. There's a spoon in the drawer.
A spatula.
There's some knives in the drawer. There's some forks in the drawer.
At least you a knife. Some people ain't a knife.
I'm a spatula.
Spatulas in the drawer.
If you a spatula, you not sharp at all.
No, hey, I'm not sharp, but I'm flipping.
Oh, depends on the edge. Depends on the edge.
I'm flipping.
Depends on the edge, because if you working cast iron or stainless steel, you're using that spatula.
You sharp for like ground beef. You know what I'm saying? You could move, but a knife can cut most things.
Well, I appreciate it, man.
Butter knife.
And when you get to seminary,
hey, I still cut.
And
plastic
maybe you
knife
come
still
up with a great sermon. There all kind of stuff in the drawer. What's in your drawer?
Nails, screwdrivers. What's in your drawer?
In the drawer.
Like the commercial. What's in your wallet?
I gotta hear that sermon. That sounds good,
Yeah,
right there.
What's in the drawer? What?
All kinds of
What's
stuff.
in your tool belt?
That's good. I
Some
like
people, toolbox, they just got a hammer. They just,
If I had a hammer,
yeah.
I hammer in the morning, hammer in the noonday. DJ, trivia question, man.
Mhm.
How many songs are there in the world?
Ooh,
Take a guess.
You actually gave us that answer too.
Take a guess. How many songs are there?
I mean, I would just have to say over 10 million.
Yes, it's over 10 million.
Yeah.
About 100 to 200 million songs.
Yeah.
In your lifetime, do you know you will sing 15,000 songs?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Because you gotta look at, even if you have a favorite artist, majority of those artists come close to just being songs released, and I'm just talking about solo albums, right? Close to 100 songs potentially, and then once you get into features, and that's just your favorite artist. So then you go into just other people that you may like and stuff. You multiply that by whatever infinite number that you come up with, you're gonna get, like you said, about around 15,000.
Calhoun Tubbs.
Calhoun Tubbs.
Calhoun Tubbs.
You want to hear it? Yeah.
You know what? So let's David Allen Greer.
Hilarious.
Calhoun Tubbs.
He underrated. He underrated.
Reverend Leon Lottie Love.
Dude is funny.
No, he's very funny. He underrated. He was
No Soul Simmons in the Kentucky Fried movies back early in his career.
So, what was that movie that he was a detective and the lady touched him and he pulled out his gun? It was like, get that meat.
Yeah, I don't know what movie. Yeah.
Get that meat. Don't you be touching me.
He acted a fool.
Yeah,
He was good in Tales from the Crypt.
Sure was. Yeah.
I liked him in the Carmichael Show.
Yeah, he was all right, and I think his parents were funnier in Boomerang.
Oh.
Right. Yeah, he was kind of like the corny guy.
Yeah,
in
he
Boomerang.
was. But the comedians that was in Boomerang, when you look at Martin Lawrence, Chris Rock,
Mhm.
they had some folks there.
Obviously Eddie
John
Witherspoon.
Witherspoon.
See, but you know what? At that particular time, nobody knew that these guys was going to be as big as they are. You know what I mean?
But John Witherspoon was a big deal, because he was working with Richard Pryor.
Right.
He was a writer for like
Richard Pryor
Martin
show.
and all of these other people that was actually threw in that became these huge.
But Martin was previously on a television show when he was a little younger, and then he transitioned to being on
Def Comedy Jam.
well, before that he was House Party.
House Party.
And
The House Party
then
was around on Def Comedy Jam.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little before.
Because Kid and Play and all
Yeah.
of them were big
Mhm.
rappers at
Yeah.
that point.
And then he got Martin.
Yeah, 'cause
You know what I'm
matter of
saying?
fact, Gina, she was in House Party.
Right.
She
Mhm.
sure was.
So that's where
He got her.
actually pulled her from that, and then
Yeah.
she pulled in Pam because she
Mhm.
came to the audition. And
They were
told
best
Martin.
friends. They
Yeah.
had been best friends. They grew up together.
Right. So she
Mhm.
told Martin, "Man, I got a friend that you got to check out." So yeah, that's how that happened.
All right. You're listening to Community Voice. The phone line is open, 414-444-5250. Free Flow Friday. Devon Jones, DJ, the Protege, Debo, Ride Out. All you. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
AURN News.
I'm Jamie Jackson. Former President Barack Obama stepping into the debate over redistricting in Virginia. Mr. Obama voicing support for a proposal that supporters say could add 4 additional Democratic seats in the U.S. House. In a post on X, the former president wrote that free and fair elections are the cornerstone of American democracy. In a video accompanying the message, Obama argued that several Republican-controlled states have redrawn congressional maps in the middle of the decade to gain an advantage ahead of the midterm elections.
Free and fair elections are the cornerstone of our democracy, but right now they are under threat. Over the past year, several Republican-controlled states have taken the unprecedented step of redrawing their congressional maps in the middle of the decade. And they've done it for a simple reason: to give themselves an unfair advantage in the midterms this fall.
For AURN News, I'm Jamie Jackson.
From TMJ4 meteorologist Brendan Johnson with your Storm Team forecast. Some morning dense fog, then rounds of showers and thunderstorms for our Friday. First round arrives mid to late morning, and then a late evening round of storms could be strong to severe. Highs reach into the upper 50s, even low to mid 60s farther inland. Showers and storms tonight, cloudy and windy with lows in the mid 50s. We look for a chance of showers early Saturday, then becoming partly cloudy and breezy as temperatures fall into the 40s by mid-afternoon. Sunny and breezy for Sunday, high of 58. The sunshine is back on Monday with highs in the low 60s. We'll look for the chance of late day showers on Tuesday, mostly cloudy with a high near 50 degrees. You can always catch the latest forecast at TMJ4.com. My meteorologist, Brendan Johnson.
This news and weather report was powered by Rosen Pre-Owned Super Center at 5510 South 27th Street, where you will save a fistful of dollars.
When an accident turns your life upside down, you need more than answers. You need someone on your side. At Gingras Thompson & Watts, GTW, we fight for the people who've been injured because of someone else's negligence. We handle the legal stress so you can focus on healing. No upfront fees, no confusing legal jargon, just experienced attorneys who care and results that matter. Call GTW today at 855-954-1186 or visit gtwlawyers.com. Gingras Thompson & Watts, here when it matters most. We are all in to win for you. You can take that to the bank.
We're back. Yes, Capitol Productions, We Are the Drum, makes its triumphant return this Saturday, February 28th, 3 p.m., Community Day. Limited tickets remain. Friday, March 6th, 7 p.m. Saturday, March 7th at 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. Sunday, March 8th at 3 p.m. Tickets are $20. You can purchase tickets online at capitalproductions.com or at the door. Location, Marshall High School, 4141 North 64th Street. If you have never seen our production, you are in for a treat. For those of you who have, we've added many new twists to this year's show. Don't miss this limited run of Capitol Productions, We Are the Drum.
Generation-defining voices, game-changing moves. The music that still hits every note of the heart. For the first time ever, 3 iconic forces come together for one unforgettable concert experience. New Edition, Boys to Men, and Tony Braxton. The Black Promoters Collective presents New Edition Way Tour, starring New Edition. The timeless harmonies of Boys to Men. And the mesmerizing sultry voice of Tony Braxton. all three live. Performing together on one stage, the New Edition Way Tour, Saturday, March 21st at Pfizer Forum. Tickets available now at Ticketmaster. Presented by the Black Promoters Collective. 860 AM, 106.5 FM. WNOV, The Voice.
He pointed at you, man.
I said, yeah.
They've been pointing at him.
I said,
All right, we're inside Hater Nation. Population
9.
All right.
So a lot more than that.
Yeah.
Almost.
yeah, there's a whole lot more than that.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Hey, we kind of already talked about one of the Haters Nations with the Cal State Bakersfield coach pimping. You got to do better, man. I mean, at some point, the job that you pick, you gotta lead with that stature.
Maybe they're not paying them enough.
Hey, but you a leader of young men.
Okay, I agree with that.
All right, you're a leader of young men, and you're supposed to be being a coach is a role model. Whether how you look at it, being a coach, you are a role model. Sometimes you're a role model for adult men, and then you are a role model for adult younger men, and then you are a role model for young children. But that's still about you are here pimping all across the world, man. You can't be doing that. All right. And then your pimping wasn't that tight because you got caught. Well,
it must have been tight for a while.
It was a tight for a little bit.
Okay.
But you got to do better, man. You definitely on my hate, man. We got to do better.
All right.
We got to do better. My second, and it's kind of on the same tip, my second Haters Nation is the NBA and the Hawks had a commemoration game for Magic City. What are we doing? It's a strip club, man.
Great wings.
It's a strip club, man.
But those wings are legendary.
How are you?
People flying from all over the country for the wings.
Mind you, it is legal if you're above age, or of age, not above age, but if you are of age, it is legal to go to strip clubs. But majority of sporting events is still deemed family friendly.
So what's the Laker girls?
You should not be promoting a strip club.
Why?
While children are present, man. Atlanta has a rich history. You know, you could go Dr. King, civil rights movement. It's a number of things that you can highlight.
Let me ask you this question, bro.
But you chose to highlight Magic City. You might as well chose to highlight Freaknik.
Freaknik was good. What was wrong with Freaknik?
Did you see that documentary? Did you hear the stories from Freaknik?
What it turned into, but what it first started off as.
All right.
It was good.
Listen, man.
So what about the people who want to go and watch these young women artistically express themselves through dance on a pole?
They of age. That's fine.
Well, it ain't like they're gonna let
did
they have the thing and they let the kids
I'm
in,
talking
man.
about a family-friendly event.
Okay.
Which majority of our sporting events are family-friendly. Now, yes, there is some drinking involved. You know, they do sell alcohol. You know what I'm saying? But they're not selling sex.
How do you know that? I think the NBA sells sex. What are those sideline dancers? What is that?
Man, so I don't believe that, because then that means that we shouldn't have cheerleaders in grade school and high school.
There's some who might
come
think
on
that.
now.
Well,
cheerleading ain't explicitly, you know, highlighting sex.
Well, why do they have them in short skirts?
Because you gotta ask the women that.
No, it's because it's sexual, bro.
I don't
mean,
think about that with little girls, man.
I'm not saying you,
Little girls.
I'm not saying you, but it might be other people that
Little
might.
girls.
Man,
Why do they put them in?
They have cheerleaders at every grade level, every age level.
But think about it though. Why do they put these grown strapped women in the shortest skirts, in the tightest tops, if it's not sexual?
Cowboys.
It's appealing to the men and some women that watch the sport. So not only are you watching them run up down the court in the field, you're watching the cheerleaders.
What were the two cities?
All right, you got me.
What was the two
Either
cities?
way.
Well, hold on.
Let's take away the cheerleaders too. Then.
Okay. What are the two cities that NBA coaches hate to go and play at? LA. But what was the other one?
Atlanta.
Atlanta. And Miami.
And
Miami. They hated when they went to those because they knew people going to buy chicken wings
at the strip
at Magic City.
Listen, man, you should. And people was defending this like that. That's crazy to me. That's no. I didn't even hear what he said. It was so many people that was defending this that it was blowing my mind, bro. That they was literally broadcasting a strip club.
I'm gonna start calling you Deacon Jones.
Bro, it's not about Deacon Jones or nothing. So it's
because you. So
if we gonna go to that, then we should not have any arguments to say what is and what isn't appropriate for kids. That's not appropriate.
So let me ask you a
kids,
question,
bro.
Can any of those kids get in Magic City?
No.
Okay.
But they should know about it neither.
Why not?
No. That's true, because if they know about it too early, it's gonna pique your interest. And if it piques your interest, it can cause you to actually walk in that vein. So I walk with DJ on this one because you don't want to open them up to that world.
There's a time and a place for everything. Sometimes some things can be too early, i.e. sex.
Yeah.
Okay, I would argue that,
if
but
you see kissing on TV.
But if you believe, or you already have this notion that when people go to Magic City, let me shout out the good folks there, the new Pitts Mortuary. Good morning. I don't know who's driving, but good morning, y'all. Okay, all right.
No,
So,
keep
no, I got it. I think, but now look. I'm just full transparency. I never really liked strip clubs. So it wasn't like one of those things where, if we going out and, oh man, let's go to the strip club. That was never.
So you would, so if, and I'm gonna say, you wouldn't have a fit if you walked into Rufus King High School and they had a Ricky's on State sign up in that high school. You wouldn't have a fit about that?
Yeah, I would. I would, because that's promoting that lifestyle.
I'm gonna be careful how I
totally,
answer that because I don't want to offend any of the
I
the
totally agree
incredible
with
alumni of Rufus King High School.
you. Well, that's promoting that lifestyle.
We know that children are in this place.
Okay.
And so things that are suitable for children
what's the likelihood
should
that we,
be in
that
that
we
place.
would have that advertising at Rufus King? What's the likelihood of it? On a
I would
scale
hope
of-
it's a 0.
Oh, it is 0.
So then you should have the same thoughts on having things like that promoted
So do you?
at family-friendly events.
Okay.
Totally
Okay.
agree.
So then
Totally
you're
agree.
saying that because they advertise it, okay. At what about FanDuel?
Gambling.
They promote that.
They do.
And you see what happens when they promote it. People tend to dibble with it.
But
So
what I'm saying is, but you still can't get in Magic City unless you're 21 years old.
it depends on who's at the door. too. No, I'm telling you, it depends
Right,
on who's
man.
at
We
the
all
door.
heard of underage drinking.
Okay, but the policy at
The
Magic
policy
City
is, right.
is that you cannot get it if you're not 21
Now,
years
hold
old.
on. Now, that's really for the dudes, because for the girls, if you strapped and if you look good, they letting you in at 17, 18 years old. They letting you in and they letting you dance.
But the policy is,
Listen, man.
Sometimes-
and I don't think they can. I don't know what. Well, at 18 you can dance.
So
You're probably
I get
not
your-
drinking,
so-
but you can.
So I get your point, Keith, because they do promote alcohol.
Right.
They do promote gambling.
Right.
I'm saying you have to draw the line somewhere.
Okay.
And if sex
Yeah.
isn't a line that you can't draw it,
I totally agree with
then man, what are we going to give our kids
Yeah,
as
man,
far
y'all-
as some sort of
y'all so-
integrity
y'all so
and morality?
prudish. Y'all so prudish.
I totally agree with you, DJ.
Okay. Caller, welcome to the program. Do not let me see you coming out Ricky's tonight. Do not let me see you. I was in there, man, making a phone call.
I was talking about Jesus.
Green Bible.
I'm old enough to go to Ricky.
Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning. You're on there.
What's up, fella?
What's
All
up?
right, yourself.
DJ, you just never finished with your thing, huh? Y'all, you just got all sidetracked, huh?
No, what you talking about?
Did you finish with the Protege thing?
Yeah,
It didn't sound like.
No, I haven't done it. I'm talking about we
y'all
on Haters
doing hate.
Nation.
Oh, y'all Haters Nation. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm like, what the heck?
Keep up.
But you, oh yeah. I'm 68, man. Give me a break.
Keep up. Keep
You heard what DJ said about his old people?
Well, he's talking about himself.
That old spirit. he got.
But what I called to say is, DJ, I'm gonna have to backtrack and agree with you, man. I thought the Bucks was gonna make it, but I don't know, man. Now they just looking at.
Come on, man.
They taken.
Purposely.
No, not purposely.
So then Giannis need to sit out the rest of the year.
Yeah, I don't think Giannis would do anything like that.
No, I think
but,
you can't,
man.
especially for home games, because people want to see him play. So he got.
But y'all talking about Magic City.
Hey.
Yeah.
Now, back in the day, I can't say now because I haven't been to a high school basketball game or anything. But most of these dances that these cheerleaders are doing at these games and stuff, where do you think those moves came from?
Strippers.
Come on.
And you saying that's okay?
No.
I ain't said nothing. Either way, what I'm saying is that, to me, it's over-sexualized, period.
Exactly.
Even with that.
Yeah.
And if you go back and you look at that new thing, I don't know what channel, I don't know if it's called Showtime or something with Magic Johnson, who brought that into fruition was Jerry Buss. And so they
Oh
brought all
yeah.
those-
his daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we still had the cowboy cheerleaders.
Yeah.
But my whole
And I think that's where he might have got it from.
my whole gripe
but
was
DJ, here's the thing too, DJ.
yeah.
When you talking about kid friendly, DJ, I could tell you any sports game, them kids probably hear more bad language and stuff at them games, man. So there ain't nobody covering up their ears. So I'd be like, man, y'all know it's kids in here, right?
Right.
But
The
I've
language
always
would be
been
different.
around people who be like, "Hey, man, it's kids right here."
Yeah.
Like, you
Right,
know what I'm saying?
right.
I've never been at an event where an individual got to acting crazy around kids, and people just sat there quietly, like it's okay.
So that's all I just called to say. I mean, I agree with you, DJ. I don't think they should. I haven't got a chance to watch that documentary on Prime Video about Magic City. I don't know if I will. Oh, you watched the Keith?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Somebody said,
I wouldn't watch it, man, because I don't like strip clubs. And it's
Keith.
not a moral thing. It's just not my fetish.
And
so,
I'm with you, Keith. I'm 68.
Right.
And in my lifetime, I've probably been to 3. And you know why I went? Because my guys was having a bachelor party, and that's why I'm like, okay, we'll go. But I just never understood that, man. You know, me giving my dollars to somebody shaking their butt. I mean, that ain't a turn on to me.
I mean, you might as well
but
watch TV and throw your dollars at the TV.
To each their own. But I never thought that. And they used to have this program used to be called HBO at night, long time ago.
Yeah, Doc.
And these strippers was just talking how stupid men were, and they were saying most of us are lesbians, but this is what they do. And I ain't gonna get too graphics. I know it might be for kids, but the stuff that some of them guys be doing up in there is just crazy, man. And somebody said something about somebody squilling on somebody, and I was gonna talk about this a while ago, but I forgot. It was this dude, I think he lived out in Brookfield. Somebody started a club right off of here on Titonia and Capitol about maybe a year ago. And they turned it into a daycare center. I don't know if y'all seen this on the news. The dude got pulled over by the police, and they found like 3 kilos under the hood of his car. Tell me somebody didn't squeal on him. Why would the police pull you over and say, let me look under your hood?
Oh, surveillance. Yeah. They've been watching them.
Yeah.
They've been watching them. That people be surprised that, you know, because they're looking, because you have things, obviously the community complains, right? But they just can't arrest you, right? Yeah. They got to have probable cause. And part of that is the intel being able to go, and you're right, it could be somebody that know you, right? But a lot of times they just sitting up there watching the crib. They seeing all the traffic coming to the house. You got all this traffic coming to the house.
You're smart, man. You ain't got nobody coming to your crib, man. Especially down in Brookfield. You living out in Brookfield?
Oh, Brookfield, especially that. And then let's say you're a black person living in Brookfield and all these but I'm telling you, even for the white dudes out there, right? People going like, there's a lot of traffic going to that house.
Or it's a lot of in and out.
Right, you there for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, right? And so then after a while, people figure out, hey, there might be something going on.
Yeah. And other thing I was gonna say, because y'all was talking about people smelling like weed a couple of weeks ago, coming up in the restaurant and stuff.
Yeah.
Did y'all see the judge? He went off last week.
Right.
He was like, people coming. And I'm like,
I hold you in contempt.
But you know what, man? I'm like, this is a different type of generation, man. You go into court and you smelling like weed.
You just don't got
Wait a
no
minute.
respect.
Hey, George, on a drug charge.
Man,
on a drug charge.
Keith, even if we did smoke weed back in the day, and you had to, Keith, we weren't going up in no courtroom smelling like no weed, man. You was going up in there acting like you a saint, yes, sir, and all this kind of stuff. Like these young dudes are a different breed, man.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what it is, man. These cats would actually smoke on the way to the courthouse. They'll smoke on the way to the courthouse, put it out, and think that.
That
was a delay.
All right, so I just want to get that in, man. Thanks.
And wait a minute, go plead your innocence. Like, dude, I didn't do no drugs. Like, dude, you get in smelling like drugs. What are you talking about?
That's like that dude who was driving on a suspended license,
Michigan.
and then he was on the video call with the.
He was like, I gotta pull over.
Yeah, he said, I gotta pull over. I got this doctor's appointment.
No, they sent him right to jail.
Yeah, he said, and he has a suspended license.
Like, you don't even supposed to be driving.
And wait a minute, what about the dude? They raid the drug house, right? This back in the day. Cops there, dude called the house. You in the pocket? The cops say, yeah, come on. Dude show up. They got him. Now, and I think what George was alluding to is, what's the name of the restaurant out in Mayfair Collective? Where they do breakfast and they have a policy.
What's that, Blue Eggs?
No. It's Golden Nest.
Golden Nest. Yeah. And their policy is, if you smell like weed, they're not going to serve you.
Well, to be honest with you, man, I mean,
and it turned all racial, and I got people calling. They can't call Jesse anymore. Hey man, this is, I'm like, no, people don't want to be eaten, smelling like weed. They ain't got nothing to do with you being black.
Because if you was just thinking, you wouldn't want to be
Same
around
thing.
nobody that's just thinking.
And which is true. So it's like, for me, it's like both sides, because I wouldn't ever go in anywhere, public place, smelling like weed or anything that's not appealing, because that's just not who I am. But some people do that.
That weed
Some people,
it throws off
it
the
throws
brute.
off your. Yeah, no, shit. The Brute 45.
No, it throw off the high karate.
Brute 45, you know, it throw off the Brute 45. It ain't the same no more. Y'all gotta call her, man. You're so stupid.
Call it.
How many of y'all wore Brute back in the day?
Man,
Come on, man. How many of y'all?
Burn your skin.
I mean, some people, that was their starter cologne was Brute.
I'm too young for that.
Doc.
So what was your starter cologne?
Whatever my mama got from Avon.
Oh, you wore Avon.
My mama gave
You
me
wore
Avon.
Avon.
Man.
My mama brought me some Avon. Don't you ever bring me. I'll give you another. Let's go back.
You know who had a
Menon's skin bracelet.
minutes.
Yeah.
You know who had a good cologne? Adidas.
Sure did.
Adidas had cologne and deodorant back in the day.
No, I'm about to tell
It
you what's
smelled
the
good.
best smelling cologne back in the day that everybody wore. CK1.
Calvin Klein.
That CK1 was the
It was
best
aight.
smelling cologne.
It
Still is right now.
Really?
It's like a summer.
What about Polo?
I like Polo.
Yeah, I like Polo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Polo is dope.
Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning. You're on there.
Shalom, brothers.
What's up, bro?
Man, I thought for a minute I was gonna have to run up there.
Yeah, right.
You wouldn't have been able to get here because that dude just got out and cleaned out.
Yeah, shout out to that individual that was
just cleaned
outside.
out the sewer grate, so we're not getting flooding right now.
So, DJ, your slogan is, "I don't give no passes."
No passes, right?
No passes. So Magic City can't get no pass. The NBA can't get no pass. They were wrong.
Well, it wasn't Magic City fault. It was the Hawks and the NBA.
Well, go straight to the NBA then.
Well, so is that because Atlanta was promoting a business that's in their city?
Come on, man.
No.
No, I think that was part of it. That like it's considered one of their
It's
great institutions in Atlanta
for their culture.
Yeah.
That's all they kept saying, for their culture.
Yeah.
Bro, it's a lot of
Where do you-
negative
where do you
things
have
that's
a
part of the
standard
culture.
set?
Yeah, I totally agree.
What'd you say, Chris?
Where do you establish a standard?
Right.
Yeah.
But isn't the standard, like early on when they were doing the First Amendment rights around pornography, there was this whole thing called community standards, right? So it depended on the community. But I mean, first of all, you got to be 21 to go into the place.
Oh, Keith, man, I heard that argument. Listen. DJ's point was perfectly stated.
Okay.
If you're not going to have cheerleaders in high school, grade school, being looked at as sex objects, which is the argument that I heard. When it's at the professional level, it's part of the entertainment that is being put onto the field with the cowgirls. And then in the NBA, the same thing, but they don't get out there totally or even 90% naked. And then, pounce around on the floor for that purpose, right? In the strip club, it is for a design purpose.
Well, I mean, you got to be careful with that too, because even though they're not all the way naked, they out there, and that whole civilization. Well, I'm talking about in the NBA with the cheerleaders.
Oh, okay.
That whole civilization of them out there moving and dancing is almost like they leave it up to your imagination with the moving.
No, real quick. If somebody right now was to just walk up in here dressed like one of those cheerleaders that we look at them crazy?
No, man, I'm gonna look at them like, hey, what's up, man?
I'll be on my way to the ATM.
See, they being funny, but you get my point, Craig.
Right there.
You get my point.
Hey, Craig, but let me ask you this question, man.
Go ahead.
Did y'all have some fine cheerleaders when you was at Tech?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so what was it about them? Do you think that people kind of went like, because I had an opportunity to interview one of them last week.
Sure did.
Yes, you did.
And I played, and I can tell you, now look, we never had any black cheerleaders, but
Right.
and I just saw her at our reunion, but Katie Wheeler had some of the greatest legs ever. She was a distraction
but
when you
see-
sat on the bench.
See, when you were on the bench, your focus was either on the game
No.
or you
in the
wasn't-
crowd.
No, sir. That's not true.
I'm mad at the coach. Why am I sitting on the bench? I mean,
No. Don't get me wrong. Now, it's not like you don't notice the women, but there's a time and a place for that. That's what I'm talking about.
right. But I'm just saying that,
No, man.
it used to be
come
that
on, man.
it used to be that men were the cheerleaders, right? And then as schools became co-ed, then of course we had women cheerleaders. But you can't tell me, and I was just sitting up here looking at, they weren't wearing long skirts.
Right, exactly, man.
They weren't wearing long skirts.
That's not the point.
Okay.
That's not the point. That's not the point. Y'all went from talking about the name of the Most High, which is, I'm going to say is Yah, by the way. It's mentioned several times throughout the scriptures.
Okay.
But you went from that topic to talking about the lack of morality in our society.
Wait a minute.
today.
I don't
How
think it's a moral
continues-
issue. Whoa.
Oh, it's absolutely a
No,
moral
it
issue,
is
man.
not a moral issue.
Yes, it
it's
is.
a question
You
of
don't have
choice.
a family. No. You don't have the entertainment from the NBA promoting a place like Magic City.
But the NBA is selling beer. The NBA is pushing FanDuel.
No.
And so-
They
and
ain't
so-
up there
and so,
selling. They ain't-
where do we
wait,
draw
but
the
they're
line?
not selling condoms.
You can't draw the line
can't
when it's
draw-
dealing with money.
They're not- no,
You
no,
can't
they're
draw
not
the line,
selling
man. It's
condoms,
business.
man.
We can't draw the
They're
line.
not
So,
selling condoms.
if-
God
You
forbid
go to
you draw the
Magic
line
City,
at
you
sex.
can buy condoms in the bathroom.
Yeah, I draw the line. I think it's a personal behavior.
Let me ask you a question. You go to Magic City, can you buy condoms
Yes.
in the bathroom?
Yes, you can buy condoms in the
Can
bathroom.
you buy condoms in the bathroom at Fiserv Forum?
I don't know. I don't
No.
think so.
No.
But why would you
No.
need condoms?
That tells you right there
No.
that
Right.
these venues are put together for a specific, purpose.
Yep.
And
There you
Magic
go.
City,
You
money
right.
in those venues
Yep.
are for specific purposes.
But that's
This is
true,
what
though.
I'm talking about.
But that's true because if you go to any strip club, they are promoting safe sex. Even though they are promoting sex, they are promoting safe sex as well.
Absolutely.
So
you
you
ain't
can
gonna
go.
go to no youth game. You ain't gonna go to no elementary school game and see a high school selling condoms.
Right.
Condoms
Right.
in the bathroom.
Right.
Man.
But I'm missing the point.
The point is, this is a family-friendly venue, which has a family-friendly specific agenda.
Alcohol all over
And
the
so-
place.
Hey, let me
They got
ask you this.
alcohol
Let me ask you
everywhere.
this.
But
Keep
no,
that
it's not. So and-
Hold up. Why don't they promote Magic City doing NBA games on TV?
Maybe because Magic City can't afford the cost
contract.
of
No,
doing it.
we're talking about the NBA now.
Contract, because they don't have a contract with the NBA.
Trust
man.
me, if they were trying to,
No. We're talking about the NBA as an organization promoting this business, and it's a legitimate business. Don't get me
but
wrong.
they're promoting Budweiser, and Budweiser
They're
probably
not
had
promoting
more
anything
negative
that-
impact on the society than Magic
About
City.
Money, though. If they don't have a contract,
No, man.
If they went
Nah.
in and have
Are you
a
telling me
contract-
that
You
alcohol?
giving them a pass.
No, because I am. Because alcohol has done more damage in our society. You're exposing kids to alcohol,
Yeah.
right?
Because you see them drinking.
Because you see them drinking. They're all around alcohol.
Wait,
That
wait.
probably
So-
fuels a whole lot of what we hear in the stands.
No, your argument has this, like this profound paradox to it. How do you?
Oh yes, that
Yeah.
you hit it. It is a paradox, but it comes down.
How do you
Hey
go
Craig,
from saying-
it comes
Wait,
down
let
to.
me ask the question.
It comes down
How
to
do
the
you go
beholder.
From telling people don't show up in the courtroom smelling like weed, and then you can come into an NBA game and have Magic City promoted before you.
Yeah, and look, can I do something else here? And y'all tell me if I'm wrong. Well, hold on. What the majority of people at an NBA game are adults.
Yeah.
Am I correct?
Yeah.
The overwhelming, because most people, like if it's an NBA game, it's a school night, there's a whole, so there are times the kids are there, but it's not like you got a whole gaggle of kids. It's not like going to a wrestling match where you have a whole gaggle of kids there. So I'm just saying. Then you don't serve beer. You don't advertise beer. You don't advertise gambling.
They advertise cigarettes.
We got to go.
You don't advertise cigarettes. It used to be that you did.
We're not talking about used to be. We're talking about now.
But that's because there's a ban on cigarette advertising. There's a ban on cigarette advertising.
We got to look at it. Hold on, Craig. We got to look at it like this, man. Okay, if you're gonna be having these things, then one, you cannot promote these venues and these events as family friendly. If you're saying that all of this stuff is cool, then you cannot promote this as family friendly. And then two,
if you give it a green light, you got to give everything.
And then two, we cannot continue to say that the one thing is for adults and another thing is for kids. When I grew up, it was this is for adults, this is for kids, and you should not intermingle the two.
Ask you a question.
But now we skirting the fence on it.
No, we're not. Let me ask you a question. So you're saying, first of all, I don't know if the promotion, they were recognizing Magic City's impact on the city of Atlanta. Whether we like it or not, it's obviously had impact on the city of Atlanta. It has not been saying that, hey, kids, because look, the kid can't even get into Magic City.
But we know what Magic City is. Don't have to tell me that he's a musician for me to know that he's a musician if he's been around for a long time.
Do you have a problem with alcohol being sold at an NBA game?
The reputation of Magic City has not been diminished prior to them doing this with the NBA.
Look, we was talking about Magic City
and
during
it's not
COVID.
even a secret.
And it's not going to change, but when you put it into this organization,
but you don't have a problem with the alcohol?
What I just said, well, one, I said that if we're going to draw the line, sex is supposed to be one of those things where we got to draw the line.
Why so moralized? Why are you so moralizing sex?
But what I said was then we have to eliminate it all, because then, or if you're not going to eliminate it all, you at least got to say this is not a family-friendly event, and then all is good.
First of all,
whether it's gambling, whether it's alcohol, and whether
I don't know if the
sex.
NBA says it's family-friendly.
Come on,
I think that
man. And so
because alcohol,
and then even college sports, you can buy alcohol, right?
Well, it depends on the venue.
I don't think college.
Wisconsin just went back. They had banned it in Wisconsin because the students got so crazy. I think it's just been recently
right. But
that you
and
can
my point
get
isn't
it
even
at a game.
mentioning the college part of it.
Craig, we gotta go to break.
Okay, but at the professional level, they don't promote drunkenness, but they do allow you to drink.
Wouldn't it be if you allow it, if you're advertising it, you're promoting it?
But they don't have a strip pole.
But you got a beer bottle.
No, Keith, come on.
So let me ask you a question, Craig. Let me ask you a question, Craig. What is doing more damage to America? Strip clubs or alcohol?
Probably alcohol.
Okay. All right. You're listening to Community Voice. Appreciate you, man. See you next week. All right. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. All right, now it's time for the Protege's perspective.
Hey, do that over, man. Ain't no laughing. ain't no laughing into introducing.
It's getting hot in here.
They got to wait.
Now it's time for the Protege's perspective.
Health is wealth, another common phrase that is regurgitated religiously. With most people living check to check, health is sometimes the last thing on their mind. While wealth may be a fantasy, the monetary allure of it brings its attention to the forefront. Tough times, heavy burdens, and some poor choices can lead to wavering health, and thus the reliance of physical help is heightened. Most people probably believe that wealth is health because most of their problems stem from financial downfalls. To not have to worry about how bills will be paid certainly would be a relief to all groups of people who are in that position right now. Over time, those who are in that position to be very monetarily sufficient have expressed that to the public, money alone can't buy happiness. Those very people would often add, what's the point of having money if you aren't able to enjoy it? Some were speaking on their physical health, and others were speaking on their soul. Both are interconnected as a whole. What we feed our body is important as it contributes to one part of health. But there's a deeper question you have to ask yourself. How do you feed your soul? Our existence is split up into three parts: mind, body, and soul. These three contribute to our overall health. Our mind and our body are often easy to understand, and therefore a plan can be formulated to improve and stimulate these things. We can stimulate our mind through education, new experiences, and reflection of old experiences. We can fuel our body through what we put in it and the measure we put into it through physical nature. Our soul, on the other hand, encompasses both, with these on a deeper existence. Yes, you can feed your soul through physical and mental training, but the depths of your existence reside in the fibers of your soul. That voice that speaks to you when no one else does, that feeling you feel, though others may feel it's not real. If you don't feed your soul, when you are wounded, it will take your mind and body a little extra time to heal. Health is wealth. That's what we've been told. Your mind contributes to your health, and you know how to feed that. Your body contributes to your health, and you know how to feed that too. Your mind and body are taken care of, and so the question remains, how do you feed your soul? The answer to that will make your overall health whole.
All right, good job. Appreciate you, man. Y'all ready to go back to the phone line? All right, let's brace. Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning, you're on air.
Good morning, Keith.
Good morning.
I'd like to say kudos to you for pointing out that alcohol, for example, is responsible.
You got us on speaker?
Driving drunk, right?
You have us on speaker?
Yeah, let me take it.
Okay.
So I wanted to just talk about the number of deaths from driving drunk. I've been to Magic City, and I've never seen a person unless they had a heart attack die from watching an exotic dancer.
Howard Williams.
And if we're going to connect people having a lack of clothing on, Bradford Beach, way before DJ was born, had people who wear the same uniform that you would see in a strip club in Wisconsin. And so I want to ask you guys, of you guys that are sitting there, and if the previous caller want to call back, he can answer. How many of you guys been to Magic City before?
Me, brother. I've been there
Me too.
several times.
He just had a whole testimony over the break.
1994, Freaknik.
Yes, sir.
Bobby Brown bought me 2 Heinekens, and it was a wonderful, joyful time.
Oh, I bet it was.
And nobody was in it. And so to connect that to sex and say that a business that, as Keith said, that promotes alcohol on every other commercial, which is responsible for, you can give the number of deaths, of alcohol driving deaths if you want, Keith, to connect that and say that one equals the other, and that it is the current moral fiber of this nation deteriorating. In 1492, this nation had deteriorated, as far as morality. So it's not anything that's new. And like I said, to work with the premise that I'm hearing, kids would have to be banned from beaches all over America, because you can see more at a beach right now than you would see at the Cheetah Club that used to be open here in Milwaukee. And even though in Atlanta you are able to see more at those clubs, if you're caught having sex or letting somebody have sex in an establishment like that, you'll be heavily fined and possibly lose your business. So they are not selling sex. There are also a lot of young ladies, just like Lisa Ray's character, who support themselves when they move to a new city. And it is some of them who turn it into an art form that, where they're doing things on the pole that are gymnastics, which wear a similar uniform of most strip joints in America. In Memphis and New Orleans and Atlanta, they are allowed to be nude. And I'm sure at the basketball game, nobody got naked.
Well,
so I think this has been overblown. And Magic City is a wonderful place. If you haven't been, get you some singles and go have a good time.
But can I? This is where we are.
Mm-hmm.
Morality is in the eye of the beholder. One man's meat is another man's poison, right? So it is, and the libertarian in me says that you have the right, as long as you're not hurt anyone else, to experience and enjoy your life. So just because I don't like strip clubs doesn't mean that then they should close it down because you do.
But the argument isn't it about whether you like it or not?
It is.
No, it's not. If you haven't, then you clearly ain't been listening to what I've been saying. What have I been talking about?
No, it is.
I've been talking about.
You talk about drawing the line.
So are we going to ban kids from beaches because they can see the same thing at Bradford Beach? That's my question.
I've been talking about promoting these things to what is supposed to be family-friendly events.
Mardi Gras and Bradford Beach are promoted as family-friendly, right or wrong.
But I did say that we should not be promoting gambling. I did say we shouldn't be promoting alcohol. So I'm not doing this or that thing. I'm saying it as a whole.
But you do know that he's saying that when you take the kids down to the beach, you see sexualized.
Man, we're talking about this right now. We're gonna do that for everything.
So let me ask this, DJ.
Wait, and it's not new. In the 70s, I saw people in bikinis that were string bikinis. So if what we're saying is true,
then we could say, this should be on TV. Our kids should be watching
the tourism board as being family friendly. That's all I'm saying.
There's people who do this, but this whole censorship piece out there, where I think we need to draw the line in terms of.
You don't want to draw the line.
That's the point. Can I finish? What we need to draw the line from is for you not to tell me what is moral for me. That's where we draw the line.
And if it's a legal business, keeps doing business with $1 billion industry, I guarantee you Magic City brings in a lot of tax revenue, which is why they were spotlighted. Because there are other wonderful places in Atlanta and Memphis that don't make as much money.
And I'm just saying that you're not. But I think the issue then,
weed is becoming legalized too. Should we just start promoting, whatever weed venue, because they're gonna bring in an enormous amount of tax dollars
they are generating an enormous amount of tax dollars.
But those points aren't because some people think Moses was actually burning the bush, DJ.
Yeah, he probably was.
And did you know? There was some trivia I found out about Moses up at the bush.
I wasn't there.
Did you know that Joshua on the first trip, Joshua was with Moses when he went up on Sinai? I did not know that.
Okay.
He didn't make the second trip. I love Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks had this thing that one day was 15 tablets, and he dropped one of them on the way down. That's how we got 10, right? Because he said it really. But no, I didn't realize that. Look, all I'm saying is, and this is the thing about America, and here's the thing where we really get moral. Sex is the one thing that we really get moral about.
Yep.
And I'm just saying that people. We put our values based on, I wouldn't do that. Again, I say this in full transparency. I do not like strip clubs, but that doesn't mean that they shouldn't be open because that's not my preference.
That is not even what I've
Hey,
ever
Keith,
said, though.
Keith, what about them promoting insurance companies that many times scam the people who are paying year in and year out for home insurance, auto insurance? That's promoted, but we don't consider that as immoral when somebody that's 80
what
years
about people
old
promoting
experiences
bad,
a flood
like
and
cereal,
they can't get paid out.
With all the sugars.
It's based on which direction that we're looking at this from when it comes to morality. Because insurance companies are some of the most corrupt and immoral businesses, but because it has to do with sex, like you said, Keith, that's
I think
the sexy tape. Let's say that.
Anytime we interject sex into the conversation, we put our tapes in and we go on our tapes. I mean, sex
is illegal in strip joints everywhere in America.
It is, but
except maybe.
But I agree with you in terms of
who said sex was illegal? Who said
I
sex
said
is
in
wrong?
Strip joints
all over America, probably except for Nevada.
That was never my point.
No, he was just bringing.
I heard you say the word sex. When we bring sex into this, it can't be family friendly. And so they were not promoting sex. They were promoting exotic dancing, which is a different thing.
Right. And then that's all on the beholder. What gets you excited, it depends on what triggers you.
So are these family friendly events?
I don't know. What is family friendly?
And
I don't know. And I don't know if the NBA even promotes itself
that was my question, and nobody
because that's not the demographic that they're selling their product
where women who aren't professional pull their shirts off for beats.
I haven't been to Mardi Gras, but I never
and
thought Mardi Gras was family
I
friendly.
hope you go one day.
I'm saying I never, just from stuff that I heard of it, I would have never put that in the category of family friendly.
Mardi Gras is like.
But people take children to Mardi Gras. People take children to Bradford Beach. Yeah. So I'm saying there's no way really to police that, particularly with a $1 billion business that is promoting another business that brings significant revenue to a city.
It turned into the whole thing about what Magic City does. But you cannot, because we're having this conversation,
you can't ignore the
impact that it's had on Atlanta. I mean, and I hate to equate it with the King Center, but I'm sure for certain brothers, like the NBA players ain't going like, dude, we need to go to the King Memorial. I mean, that ain't.
I've been there too.
And shame on them.
Ebenezer Baptist Church too.
Yeah. I'm just saying that when you go in,
but just because, you talked about Bradford Beach and people go to Bradford Beach. There's also laws that says that a child can legally have a beer or whatever, just as long as they're with their parent. Right. Like that doesn't make that right neither. But because
there's no right or wrong.
But because you can put preferences on anything. What I'm saying is we did have some sort of an understanding that when you go to a Brewers game, a Packers game, a wrestling event, or a Bucks game, that it was around some sort of a family-friendly event. And then when you start to promote things that could shape the minds of kids or even introduce their minds to things that you necessarily wouldn't want your child to be ingratiated in at such a young age, that's an issue.
Kofi and Kirk Franklin, people said the exact same thing that you said about them, because Kofi gyrates their hips and they perform at Fiserv almost every year. So there were people who felt the exact same way and they were wrong. And exotic dancing and sex are two different things is my take on this.
But I think I apply whether it's sexual or not. Not what the person is doing.
Exactly.
That is
because,
me.
Am I right or wrong, Keith? Was there a point where African dance was looked at as immoral and songs like Stomp was were considered immoral because of the music that was behind what Kirk Franklin was saying?
Those dances were around fertility, right? They were around being attractive, but that was all about procreation. I think we have so moralized sex to this point that anything, my sexuality is not dictated because I saw two people kissing on TV. That ain't what drives my sexuality. That's something that's on the inside of me. That's biological, y'all.
Wait. No.
It is.
No, hold on. You got to be careful. No, you got to be careful because, again, bro, if you see something, just like for me, I'm going to use me as an example. If I see something sexual and if my mind frame is on and I want to lay with a woman and I turn on the TV and see something sexual, that's going to spark my interest and that's going to cause me to go make that happen because my interest has been sparked.
You're going to pick up the phone, right, Jermaine?
Exactly.
Well,
but there is a difference in exotic dancing, African dancing,
right,
and Kirk Franklin's music.
It's in the
and
eye
many people
of the
thought all of
beholder.
them were immoral at some
and
point.
like I said, I'll say it again. Once we say sex, the tapes go in. So whatever your thing is about sex, that's what kicks in. Right. I'm saying, but that's your thing. It might not be my thing. And so for me, that if you got a problem being exposed to it, then don't expose yourself to it. Right. But other people are exposed to it and they have a different reaction. That's all I'm saying. So when you say,
and
where do we draw the line?
Money off this, right?
Of course.
Yeah, but and then I don't know if the NBA, because their demographic, when we were kids, the NBA targeted us. When I was a kid, right, and all the gear. Well, the people that they're targeting now are people that are like by sneaker age, right? I'm talking about they can buy their own sneakers. I mean, there's a whole lot of marketing that goes on, but the demographic is adults. If you go to a Bucks game, the overwhelming, almost 80% of the people there are adults.
Yeah.
Because kids can't afford to take, like when we were kids, we put the scrape together some money to get nosebleed seats. Yeah. You can't afford it.
Yeah.
All right.
I agree.
All right, y'all.
Get me all upset on Friday. You're listening to Community Voice. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Laughing about. I asked them, "Have you ever been into a strip club and left with the same amount of money you walked in there with?" Okay.
All right. And then what was his response after that?
You want to spin it?
You want to? Yeah.
Spin it.
That's why there's no clocks on the wall of the casino.
Exactly.
They're windows.
They don't want you.
They don't want you to be able to. They want you to get in that because look, everybody's in your pocket.
Yep.
Everybody's in your pocket. Real talk. Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning. You're on there.
What up, Pastor Pete?
What up, man?
What up, DJ?
You got it.
What up, Motor Scoop?
Yabba dabba do, bro.
Yeah. Man, guess what? You're supposed to say what?
Oh, I'm sorry. We missed band practice. What?
Okay.
I told you to show up for band practice.
All right, we're going to do this one more time. Guess what?
What?
Junebug got caught stealing.
Dang.
He went to court, him and his wife. So he went in front of the judge. So the judge said, I see here, Mr. Bug, you stole a can of peaches. Junebug said, yeah. He said, how many peaches was in that can? Junebug said, about 4. Okay, the judge said, well, I'm going to give you 1 week for every peach that was in that can. So as he said that, Junebug's wife stood up. Said, Honor, may I say something? Your Honor said, yeah. She said, he also stole a can of corn. Man, lucky D-boy ain't it?
I get the joke. But yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Pastor Pete.
Yes, sir.
The other day you was talking about, the paper routes.
Uh-huh.
Up there at A.O. Smith, that main entrance, to the left over there, they had the boxes where they had the Tribune, the Signal, and the Journal, when you put your money in and get a paper out.
Oh, yeah.
I used to go in there, get the whole thing, the papers out. Go over there, Journal, Signal, Tribune, with my wife. I sit back and watch them people go up to the machine and nothing in it. I got Journal, Signal, Tribune.
Yeah, because it was an honor system.
Yeah.
But you know who was really smart though? USA Today, because they gave theirs away for free.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they gave when they first started printing USA Today, it was given away for free.
So you know what? They don't even have newsstands anymore.
No.
They used to have newsstands that you
because everything is digital.
Yeah,
there's
crazy.
A place called the News Cafe down in Miami on Miami Beach. It was the last place Versace was before he got killed. Oh, wow. So a very famous place. Part of it was a newsstand. So when I would be in Miami, we go to the beach. I get the Times, right? I get the Washington Post.
Were there any kids at the beach?
Yeah. You know why? Because every now and then those women who were doing the topless sunbathing would turn over.
Oh Lord, I'm there.
Yeah, kids at the beach.
I was being facetious.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Hey DJ, like my daddy used to tell me, he say ain't no harm in getting out jumping a little bit. So ain't no harm in going to the strip club, watching a little.
I didn't say that it was,
you
man.
going to Atlanta, brother. And when we go to Atlanta, I'm taking you to Magic City. And you ain't going to come back the same, bro.
I never said there was anything wrong with the strip club.
And what you do is you go get you some fake dollars. And you just throw up, just get some fake dollars, counterfeit dollars, and just,
All right. Appreciate that. Good joke, man.
Hey, did he say get some fake dollars?
Mm-hmm.
Any place else we should be going?
I didn't say that.
I know you
didn't.
I know you didn't. I'm just trying to provoke you. That's all.
Can we go, DJ?
I'm easily provoked.
Can we go?
No.
Why not?
I don't discuss my destinations on air.
Like I said, do not let me be driving down State Street and I see you, and you gonna say I was in there making a phone call.
Or he could have been in there giving them
my phone died.
His perspective.
Open mic at the strip club.
Hey, you stupid, dog. Shut up, man.
At the strip club.
DJ's perspective.
Hey.
Oh.
You stupid, man. You is stupid, man. That was a good one, man.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
DJ.
Hey, they might make it rain for you, bro. Who knows where people got this? Didn't Bette Midler got her start working at gay baths? Really? That's where she got her start. She would entertain there. So you doing your perspective at a strip club, look at how you're going to enlighten not just the customers, but maybe the strippers too. I'm sorry, strippers, the dancers.
Maze Gilliam, when he ran for president, he would be in strip clubs.
Hey, man, you know, Dr. King went to pool hall.
He said, show money and hoe money.
It's for show money.
Hey, man, let me do this. Who is the greatest player to ever wear number 33?
Kareem.
Second greatest.
Larry Bird.
Larry Bird.
Okay, I'm just wondering. And you notice that you don't see any players now wearing 33.
Yeah. So why is that?
I think homage to.
Yeah, but that's like it's like 30 NBA teams and nobody.
But then there could be a 33, but I haven't seen anybody wear 33.
Right, but who? And then from their era, which would have been like T-Mac and Kobe and them, nobody really wore 33. I can't remember nobody wearing 33.
But they put on 23, which I think is really interesting.
23, you got 24, you got 8, you got 1, you got 3.
Yeah, but the only numbers that they stay away from is 33.
Huh?
It's 33.
Yeah.
I haven't saw any.
I mean, and I know when because Magic was 33 in college.
Oh, he was 33 in college.
And when he got to the Lakers, you know, obviously Kareem was still there. Shaq was 33 in college.
Yep.
And yeah, but he went to 34.
And you know what?
Well, he was 32 in Orlando.
No, Orlando because hooked up with Pat Riley. No, Pat Riley's boy. Alonzo Mourning. He was 33.
He was 33.
But I haven't seen anybody here recently wear number 33.
So what number was Kent Benson?
What does it matter?
No.
I don't even know who that is.
I think he wore 30 something.
The year that Marcus Johnson was drafted, Marcus Johnson was the number 3 pick, even though
I thought he was number 2.
No, I'm trying to think who was number 2. I think he was 3, 1 or 2. But Ken Benson was number 1 in that draft. That was one of the 4 number 1 draft picks that overall draft picks that the Bucks had.
So I think he was number 30 something though.
He was 30 something, but I don't know if he was 33. I'm trying to remember when he's at Indiana what his number was, but who cares? It's Ken Benson. Who's the greatest player ever to wear number 20? Welcome to the program.
You talking about Nick Anderson?
Nick Anderson wear 20?
He wore 20 on number 4. Yeah, I think he wore 20.
Oh, okay.
He was at the free throw line.
Good morning, you on there?
What's going on, bro?
What's
All
happening?
right, all right.
Hey, you forgot about Grant Hill? He was 33.
Grant Hill.
Grant Hill. Sure was. Okay.
Grant
Hill sure was.
He the third best.
Yeah, but because I don't know too many 33s myself either.
Yeah.
But you know, Grant Hill would have been, I think, the top if he didn't get hurt, man.
Oh yeah.
I guess because I don't like nobody from North Carolina or Duke. I just don't like nobody from them teams. I just don't know why. Them 2 teams I just don't like. That's like I don't like nobody from the Yankees and nothing like that. Nobody on the Cowboys. You know, certain teams you just don't like.
Yeah. You said, for the Cowboys, that was Tony Dorsett. Tony Dorsett.
Oh, okay.
3 for the Cowboys. Yeah.
Otis Birdsong.
Otis. Now he was a monster.
The greatest shooter who could not shoot a free throw.
Yeah.
Otis Birdsong.
Yeah, he was a monster.
Yeah, he was.
All right, y'all.
All right, man. Appreciate
So he
you.
was number 3. I always thought he was 2.
Yeah, no, and that was the whole pick because he was the better player. But then the NBA was still, if you're big and white,
yeah,
you know, you're gonna get him.
So the Bucks had 2 Actually, the Bucks.
Yeah, do we have
Kareem.
Andrew Bogut at number 1?
No. I'm talking about
Kareem.
in this
trade.
draft.
Oh yeah.
The Bucks had 3 first-round picks.
Yeah.
Kareem trade.
Yeah, because
Wow. Guess who the third person the Bucks drafted in 77?
Who's that?
Sydney?
No.
Ernie Grunfeld.
Aaron Grunfeld.
No, he can shoot.
Man,
Ernie was a shooter.
Ernie, until he
Ernie was a shooter, bro.
Ernie Grunfeld don't get no respect
No.
from me for what he
If-
did to our team, man.
Where did Ernie Grunfeld play college ball?
Tennessee.
Who did he play with?
I don't know.
Bernard King.
Yeah,
Used to be
Ernie can
Ernie.
shoot,
used to
man.
be the Ernie Burney show.
Yeah, Ernie can shoot.
Yeah,
He-
Ernie
Yep.
Burney.
It's he was picked at number 7.
Who,
Ernie
Bernard
Brown.
King?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did he get to the Knicks? Because this ain't New Jersey.
Yeah, I think
because he went to
New Jersey first.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, and then he was out. Then he went
And
to
I
New
thought
York
I
as
knew
a
some
free
history,
agent.
man. But hey, going in
And
the
wait a minute,
70s, that's
they
way.
said his brother
past
was
my
supposed to be better than him, Albert.
Really?
Albert King was supposed to be better. He didn't pan out.
So
Not
who
like
was
Bernard.
that guard that played for
Wow.
Houston with the hair that?
Hey, this is
that
actually a
ended
good
up
draft
having a
class,
son?
man.
With the 77 class?
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna say look, and I'm looking at it. But Bo Ellis was picked at number 17. That's a Marquette Hall of Famer right there.
But it's off the championship.
And then and then Norm Nixon was picked at number 22.
Yeah, but I think the draft was like 4 or 5 rounds.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning, you on there?
Yeah, I want to comment about, you guys were talking about Ken Benson. And the only reason I know his number was 54. And the only reason I know that because I was down and my dad and my brother and I see the Bucks and Lakers. And that was the night that Kareem knocked him out. I don't know if you guys remember that or not.
Then Kareem, he broke his hand, right? He broke his hand. Yeah.
Broke his hand.
I think Kid had clotheslined him or something.
Yeah.
Whatever. Kid did something to him.
Yeah.
No, he hit him like in the stomach.
Then he hit him to the bow. And Kareem,
You know,
came back
Kareem
and
didn't take it because there's a dude named Luke Whitty. And Luke Whitty played for Ohio State. Now, why is Luke Whitty famous? Because Luke Whitty, Ohio State, Minnesota, had Brewer, Winfield.
Randy Brewer?
No. This brother, Brewer, Winfield, they were great. I mean, that team was great. They get in a fight with Ohio State. Luke Whitty gets knocked out.
Oh, wow.
So then he goes to Chicago. He does the same thing to Kareem. Kareem fires on him in Chicago.
Oh, wow.
Luke Whitty.
Wow.
Kareem was knocking folks out back in the day.
Oh, man, Kareem.
He had to though.
He had to because the dudes and it would be little cheap shots.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
like
little
little
elbow and then run down the court.
It is funny to see him get elbowed and then he go down.
Then he got on
They show that next play.
One more. Robert Reed, 33.
Robert
You
Reed
remember
wore
Robert
33.
Reed?
That's right, for Houston.
Yep.
That's why.
Okay, so take it easy now.
All
Me
right.
too.
All right, yeah.
Drexler was 33.
Yep. Clyde the Glide. Actually,
Scottie Pippen.
yep.
Scotty was 33.
Yep. Dang, so we got to redo our
We got
list.
the whole thing. But
Because-
we started it off right.
Yeah.
The top two.
The top two.
People were
What
at
number
33.
was Hakeem?
34.
Yeah.
Yeah, 34.
So who was better, Clyde or Scotty?
Clyde. All day.
Scotty.
What?
That is a toss-up.
Are you serious?
Scotty played better defense.
I would say
Did Clyde Drexler?
Yes.
I would say
No
Clyde.
way, bro.
I would say Clyde.
I'm with you,
Clyde was
DJ.
better. He was better offensively.
He was a better player.
No, he was better offensively, but Clyde was never known for his defense.
This is my-
Scotty was.
this
Scotty
is-
made all defense.
So this is
every
my
year.
argument for Clyde. Even though it is a toss-up, this is my argument for Clyde. Clyde was the best player on his team and led his team to the finals.
Yeah.
Scotty was never the best player, and he,
though
never
when Jordan
led his team to the finals.
Yeah.
But when
Even
Jordan
though
left,
when
he was
though,
older.
still won the
As the best player of your team to lead them to
But
the
the year he
finals
won the
is
championship, he wasn't the best player on the team.
Who?
Drexler. When he went to Houston,
That's-
he wasn't the best player.
that's my point.
See, but when he was in Portland, though,
When
He
he was in
led
Portland, he
he
was
was
the
in
guy.
Portland. Yeah,
Right.
he was a guy.
I'm
Him
saying
and
just
Kevin
getting there is an accomplishment.
Strong
That's why I give a lot of reverence to Reggie Miller, because Reggie was the best player on this team and he led his team to the finals. If you win or lose, I mean, obviously winning means something, but like a lot of people don't even get there.
Yeah,
so
had that squad with Mark Jackson and Reggie Miller.
To be the best player on your team, that's a lot of pressure.
I think it's
Chris Mullen's got.
Yeah.
So was Chris Mullen?
Mm-hmm.
Detlef Shrimp.
Detlef Shrimp.
I think both of them.
Both of them was there.
Yeah,
I think both of them. That was a loaded team.
Yo, I mean loaded, bro.
They like the Buffalo Bills.
So then
one of the best teams never to win.
It's Kareem, Larry, Clyde. Then you gonna go Scotty over Grant Hill?
No way.
I would.
No way.
No, I'd take Scotty over Grant Hill.
Now I think that
because of longevity.
Well, yeah,
no. I'm just saying. And Grant Hill was good, but again, the thing that differentiated Scotty was a good defensive player. I mean, he was
Grant Hill, though.
But he wasn't a shutdown defensive player.
But Grant Hill was undoubtedly the best player on his team.
There's no question that Detroit, but there was the Detroit playing for Detroit. They got them all broke up.
Yeah,
he didn't have no help.
Wait, so what number was Prince?
Prince, what blouses?
Prince?
Yeah,
he was 22.
Oh,
he was 22.
Yeah.
He was a clef. Shirts and blouses.
Shirts and blouses. Tell you stupid.
We got to call it. Call him up to the program.
Good morning. You on there?
Hey, good morning. I got a question for y'all. Would you guys consider Olajuwon one of the top 5 centers in the NBA?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not even a question.
Yes,
top
sir.
2, 3.
Okay. Would you consider him better than Shaq?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Defense. Look here. Reason why is the guy plays both ends of the court. He was a
Shaq do too.
No, Shaq wasn't.
Wait, no.
You didn't think of Shaq as a defensive player.
Man, Shaq would block. I don't know, man.
He had impact on the defensive end, but you didn't think of him as a defensive player.
Shaq could not play.
Thank you. Free throws.
But
that's a big thing.
It is a big thing, but it became a part of people's game.
But people would always say you put Shaq in the pick and roll and you gonna be able to eat.
Yeah, he's low.
People always said that.
Whoa! I don't know because when he was in the pick and roll in Orlando with Penny, they was killing.
And who beat them? Who swept them in the finals?
That's because Nick Anderson.
But you know what? I think
no,
that
got
was
swept. You talking about one
they
game?
did this swept, but I think but that was that first game, and after that they were done.
Yeah,
they were young, and I think that's the difference between them and Houston. Houston was a more experienced team.
Yeah.
Would y'all consider the Joker better player than him?
No.
Who?
No.
Joker.
Better than who?
Shaq. No, not Shaq.
Olajuwon. Oh no. You see in this league today, it's not many big guys. So if you one of the bigger guys, you gonna dominate. Look at Embiid, look at Jokic. But if you go back in the 90s and early 2000s, there was other bigger guys. When we play pickup ball, it's easier to play when everybody is the same height.
Yeah.
When you get that 1'6'7", 6'8" dude, the game is a lot harder.
The reason why I say that is they promote Joker as like one of the best centers that ever played that game.
He is though because he can
offensive.
Yeah, because he can rebound, he can shoot, and he can pass because he actually started off as a guard.
But defensively, he not
What about the defensive end of that court?
You going in and out.
Yeah. What about the defensive end of the court? He got to play.
They pick and roll him.
Yeah, he can't do nothing.
They pick and roll him. They go right to him. They pick and roll like Seth Curry. They pick and roll him to death.
Joker can't do nothing on the defense.
No defense. He don't. And you know what? He don't even have a mindset to play defense.
Well,
he's a European player.
Olajuwon would have had him for breakfast.
Oh yeah.
See, but listen,
I even think Patrick Ewing would have tore him up.
Yeah, Olajuwon better than you.
But the only thing is you gotta look at this. Jokic can shoot, so he can pull the guy out from the basket. He can pull you out and then drive. So he.
But what happens when he get pulled out?
Yeah, I give and take.
And you still haven't answered the question.
All right.
Greatest player ever to wear number 20.
AJ Green.
Your name gone. You don't even get no strike, man. Your name gone. His name gone.
He's a shooter.
He didn't want to come out because he was
His name is gone.
I know that was the first thing that came to his mind. Well, of course it's AJ.
He's a shooter. Hey, no, but
shout out to Kamani, my guy in Houston. He listening. He said Allen Houston.
Gary Payton.
Gary Payton.
Allen Houston.
Allen Houston was 22.
He was
20.
Yeah, Gary Payton.
Gary Payton.
Yeah.
Gary Payton was, but I hated that trade.
He don't got no name.
I hated that trade when they traded Ray them for GP.
I was
GP and Sam.
Dude, I was on my way. I remember this day. I was on my way to parent teacher conference. I'm getting on the elevator. Somebody be like, "Hey DJ, you know what happened to your boy?" I said, "Who? Ray Allen. What? They traded him." Dude, my heart sunk.
Me too, bro. I was sick.
My mama was looking like, "What?"
No, bro. That's not.
No, that's
happened.
Ernie
It came out.
Grunfeld,
It was Ernie
George
and George
Karl.
Karl. Yep, it was Ernie and George. And then afterwards, George actually said on the interview that he regretted making that trade because it was personal.
I bet he did, because also wasn't Michael Redd there then? And
yes,
Michael Redd was going to be the future.
Yes, exactly.
And so
Michael Redd was coming off the bench.
Everybody had an issue with George Karl.
Oh man,
George Karl was
no
the
question.
issue.
Yeah, and he even said that it was his ego, and he should have never did that.
Real quick, Doc Rivers retiring?
He should.
Okay.
He been retired all year.
He said he's going to get
already
fired.
retired.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, they really going to take now because they ain't got to
and now they're going to be paying what? 5 coaches.
No, actually, man, I think what's name come off the books.
But
yeah. Bud come off the books.
And he retires. That goes into something else,
Yep,
right?
it goes into like
that goes
some
in,
type
that
of.
goes
it never
into,
go to your salary cap.
No. I'm saying for him as a coach, I think
now
it'll go into.
that we could trade Doc in his salary too.
Doc is going to do pretty good with his pension. Because not only
he
was
coached
he a
27
player,
years.
Yeah, not only is he a player, he's been coaching. Yeah. So he
been in the league over what, 40 years?
Yep. What was his number? 25.
Yep.
He played for Atlanta.
25.
He
and
was
New York.
Killed for Atlanta though.
Oh, he was
killing for Atlanta.
The ball, like when you watch Doc Rivers dribble, looked like that ball was on the string.
Yeah,
second greatest player from Marquette.
Yeah, dude was a monster for Atlanta, man.
D-Wade.
Yeah. Okay.
What type of question is that?
No, I'm just asking who you were going
led
to
him
put
to the Final Four.
Okay. They didn't win it though.
None of our teams sniffed the Final Four before him.
Marquette, they won in 77.
Sure did. Yeah.
Was I alive?
Oh, I keep forgetting history didn't start until you were born.
Yeah.
All right.
And don't forget it again.
He said, don't forget it again.
Right, I forgot all about that. My bad. Thank you, DJ.
Thank you.
Byron, thank you, B.
Yes, sir.
Debo, thank you. Jermaine, thank you. The good Lord willing, creek don't rise. Hey, let me do this also. My prayers goes out to the late Reverend Bernard Lafayette's family. He took his transition yesterday. American Baptist College. He was a marcher. I think it's ironic.
Shout out to my brother, Vincent Bernard Jones. His birthday is Monday.
His middle
Happy
name is
birthday.
Bernard? No wonder I like that boy. That's my middle
Happy
name.
birthday, big bro.